Hello, Bison Nation. I'm Henry Raddock with another season of Bison Talk. You might be noticing that we're not audio. Well, unless you're listening to Spotify, then it is audio. But if you're watching on video, we're on a set. Yes, I believe that this season and this semester, we needed to be in front of a camera for our lovely audience at home. Speaking of which, we have a very special guest joining us, one of our BIN cast members that you know and love, Z.
Hello.
She's here.
I'm here.
You can't see her right now, but she's walking. Yeah, there she is.
I'm here. Yay. Okay.
So like I said, we wanted a new era of BIM, of the Bison Talk. Well, we're just going to talk about everything. That is why I basically have nothing planned right now.
Woo!
And it's kind of fun.
Improv.
Yeah,
It's
basically a lot of improv. But mostly just having fun, passing some time. So, yeah. On to the first question. I'm going to talk about you.
Whoa.
Could you tell, and people have probably been watching people see you, could you give a little explanation of yourself?
An explanation.
Yes,
Hi.
why are you you?
Why am I me?
Why are you you?
What a fabulous question you raised. Well, it all started when I was born in 2003, actually. But basically, I was gone for the past year. I've worked on and off since my sophomore year. And then last year, I did a fun little study abroad. So I was living in Europe for 5 freaking months.
That sounds amazing.
It was so cool.
I've
It was
only,
actually so pretty.
I've only been to Ireland.
Ireland's so pretty.
Ireland is very nice.
Wait, what part?
I love Ireland. All of it. Basically, it was a tour. We did a choir tour there. So Dublin,
cool.
Cork, Galway, back to Dublin, up to Belfast, back down to Dublin, then we left.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Wait, what choir were you?
The Minnesota Boy Choir.
Sick.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Have you done the concert choir tour?
I have done the concert choir tour, not to Europe,
Okay.
because we have a new choir director this year. So that's something fun that I'm going to be covering eventually on the regular BIN channel. In fact, we're going on a little retreat this weekend.
Oh, really?
To Hoot Owl. Woo!
I never got to go. I joined concert choir second semester when I was in
Oh,
it. But you will have so much fun.
I know.
I've heard.
I
I've heard
did it
rumors.
last year, and it was a lot of fun last year.
Is it a secret what happens there, or can I be filled in on details?
Well, I mean, it's pretty like your normal choir retreat. Mostly singing. There's a meal at the beginning. A lot of people do stuff in the evenings. There's games. The officers put on games. There's a campfire talk circle. It's very warm because this weekend's going to be very hot.
Yeah. Wait, is there a lake?
There's a lake.
Oh,
They do a polar plunge where you just jump in the lake at 6 in the morning.
That's not a polar plunge. It's still nice.
Well, last year it wasn't. Last year it was
Okay, true.
freezing.
True.
Yeah.
In the summer at my camp, we do Polar Bear Club, which every single morning at 7 a.m., I work at an all-girls backpacking camp in the summer, and the girls wake up and they jump in the lake at 7 a.m. and then they get hot chocolate, which is a great deal, mind you.
That is pretty much a great deal.
However, some of the mornings it is like full downpour or like 50 degrees. But the ones who do it every single day of the session, which is 30 days, it's a whole month they're there for.
Oh my gosh.
Which is insane. Like they go from, I think the youngest is 7, and then it goes up to 17
For a month?
for a month, which is that's a whole a whole thing.
That is a whole thing.
Yeah, but if they do it every single day for the month, they get a Klondike bar at the end, and that is enough of an incentive to actually make like more than 30 of the girls do it.
Really?
Like so many of them are.
So many. Folks, you heard it here. The age-old question, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Trademark, the Klondike Bar Company. I don't know who runs them. Don't sue us. Please don't sue us. Don't sue us, Klondike. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Do the polar plunge in 50-degree weather and downpour every morning for a month.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what you do.
Pretty sick.
That's funny. I used to work at a summer camp, and we had the polar plunge, which was if you jumped in. We only had like 6-day sessions. If you jumped in Monday through Friday, because we started on Sunday. If you jumped in Monday through Friday, you would get a little certificate.
That's so cute.
And I did it a few times, and then as a camp counselor, I never did it.
Fair.
In fact, I never did it, and I, in fact, only went in on the last day.
And that's
Fully
okay.
clothed.
Were you? Bless you.
Fully, and it was cough. Fully clothed, might I say.
Were you pushed?
No,
Was it
I kind
planned?
of just jumped in.
Okay, I'm
with
impressed.
my boys, because I had cabins full of boys.
That's so
Catholic youth camp, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot of fun.
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I have also gone in like with clothes, but I was in fact pushed by my children. I did give them permission. This has happened multiple times, but they would say, "Can we push you in?" And I would say, "Give me like three seconds to comprehend what's happening," and then yes.
That is funny.
It was great.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, what did you do this summer?
So.
Did you do that camp this summer? Was that
Yeah,
this? Okay.
I did.
I answered my question for you.
Yes.
I guess.
Well, for one of the months, and then I was talking with my friend Maria the other day, and we had like a 3-hour conversation, which was so beautiful, and we just had a really nice little deep talk. But a solid portion of it was just me going over what happened during summer and like trading little stories. It was quite a full summer because I was in Europe until July 4th. No, July 2nd. Flew back 2 days before the 4th of July and then got corona immediately once I stepped foot in America, which is so fitting for me, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
But, okay, so when I was in Europe, I got to backpack around with my best friend from June 1st until June 21st. And so we started in Berlin, we went to a few clubs, hung out there, and then we went down to Venice, which was so cool. We got slightly scammed by a water taxi, but it's fine. And then we went up to Switzerland, which is like the prettiest place. I love it there. And we brought all our own food because it's really, really, really expensive. So we just bought groceries to bring there. Anyway, then we were down in Italy. And then after that, I lived on the southern tip of Italy at a work stay. And I got to just do work on a farm in exchange for free housing and food. And that was really, really cool, other than the host who was kind of gross. But then I got to fly home and got corona, so I had to quarantine in my basement for a week, which was quite unfortunate because I wanted to hang out with my parents because I hadn't seen them in 5 months. And then I went to my camp.
Nice.
And I went backpacking in Colorado because my camp hosts a lot of rich children who pay for us to fly to Colorado to backpack.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. When you were in Venice, first off, I really want to go to Berlin one day.
You should. It's so cool.
But one of my favorite TikTok accounts, or I don't watch TikToks, but Instagram Reel accounts, and this is also the same as one of my professors. It's this certain TikTok account where it's this Italian woman in Venice who lives in Venice and is a part of this group in Venice that stops pickpockets.
Cool.
In like highly trafficked areas. They target pickpockets and expose them.
How do they stop them?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So it's mostly of this one woman who, when she sees a pickpocket, takes out her phone and then yells in Italian, very loudly, "Attenzione Ricci! Attention pickpocket!" Just as loud as she can, while sticking her phone in their faces.
Good.
And it's
good.
I love it because it's just "Attenzione Ricci! Attention pickpocket!
Attenzione.
Attenzione Ricci!"
Bro, that's what they say on the metro all the time there. Like every few minutes they have that little. I really love that she just yells that.
She yells that. It's like in like very high traffic areas if she knows there's a pickpocket around.
Good.
Because they're like all over the place apparently.
Yeah, they are. Multiple of my friends who are studying abroad, and people who just live there generally, get their shit stolen. Stuff. Am I allowed to swear on here? Question mark. Can you bleep it?
I think the S word is fine.
Okay.
But like not much else.
Okay. Solid,
Mostly because I don't want to edit as much as this is
so valid. That's so fair. Okay, I will keep this in mind.
Okay, it's all right. I should have told you beforehand.
No,
It was all right. It's all right.
Anyway, my friend Hannah got her phone stolen literally the second day of being in Milan. So It's quite common. A lot of people had to get new phones and
Ah.
new wallets and IDs and everything.
Wow, that sucks. Dang.
But we make it through.
Yeah,
We-
it sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We rage, we rally, we ride at dawn.
Mm-hmm.
That's
know
the
that.
catchphrase of my best friends and I.
Yeah. So you're probably wondering about my summer.
Yes. Oh my
So-
god, I am. Tell me.
Okay, so for the first part of the summer, I got home and I went to my sister's graduation in La Crosse. We rented a beautiful Verbo that was like this ranch and had horses and there was a bunch of trails. And it was really beautiful.
Oh,
I
cool.
wish I had pictures. I have pictures of the horses, not of the place.
That's okay. Can I see the horses?
Yeah, give me
please?
one sec. Let me go through my many photos that I have in my Google Photos. Google
like-
Photos. Nope, that's too far. I'm looking for May. Where? Ah, there it is. It's the singular picture of a horse that I have.
That's so cute.
It's the singular picture of a horse that I have. And that's my hand touching. Well, no, is that my hand? No, that's my father's hand touching the horse.
Wait, how tall is that horse? Because it looks quite short.
Oh, I filmed it from above.
Is it a 0.5?
I feel like it is a 0.5.
That's so funny.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. I took a 0.5 of a horse.
Those are the best. My friend Rick works with horses, and they continuously send me pictures of their horse in 0.5, which is my favorite content to receive online.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that, I kind of did nothing for a while, and then I got a job at Orange Theory Fitness
Oh, fancy.
as a sales associate, so I sold memberships.
Cool.
Yeah, and then after that, I went up here and lived. It was for an opera
Oh, cool.
that we were both in, and it was just a good time. We had a
Yeah.
good time. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
What opera?
The Rake's Progress.
I don't know that one.
It's by Stravinsky.
So I do know that name.
Igor Stravinsky, Russian composer, wrote The Rake's Progress. It's about a guy named Tom Breakwell who's in love with this woman named Anne Truelove. But then he gets called away to London by this man named Nick Shadow, and eventually gets dragged into the dark life until it turns out Nick Shadow's the devil, and
Plot twist. What the what?
Tom goes insane.
Solid plot. Okay.
Good. It's also very on the nose morality wise because it's very
Okay.
much like there's literally the epilogue. It ends with him dying on the ground, and then literally it goes bum bum ba-da-dum ba-da-dum, and then everyone, all the principals get back up and they're like, "Good people, just a moment," as they all they sing this as an epilogue and basically saying, "Hey, don't do bad things." Essentially.
Morality.
Yeah.
I like it. It gets the
Morality.
point across.
It's a lot of fun.
good.
And we just finished up with that first week.
Oh,
It was
whoa.
cool. But
But any other highlights?
other highlights, not really. Well, I mean, there was one other highlight. It was when I went back home one weekend and got to see the Northern Lights. Me and my friends went up early hours in the morning after watching Steel Magnolias in my basement and caught a glimpse of the Northern Lights.
Was that like in? I don't remember what day it was. Like the early August. August.
August 11th?
Yes, that one. Can I tell a fun little story about?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
With Northern Lights, that I think exact night, I had like one of the coolest experiences of my entire life, which sounds very melodramatic, but like I mean that honestly.
Yeah.
Because I got to participate in a sweat, which is it's like a healing ceremony, and it was hosted by an Anishinaabe man
Oh.
who is like kind of partners with the camp I work at. The camp is named after an Ojibwe word, and so we have like a relationship with the First Nation tribes that
Yeah.
are like we're on their land. And Paybom is a wonderful man who really, really tries to help educate and like share culture in a way that is educational and leads to people not being appropriative. If
Yeah.
that, yeah. And I love him. So he allowed us to participate in the sweat, which is just the coolest experience of my entire life. And it was so healing. And you sit in this wigwam, which is like fully pitch black. And it's just so, so freeing. And you sweat for basically 3 hours in there. So you like get out all your toxins physically and then also mentally. Like there's a lot of singing involved and you can like move however you want because it's pitch black. Anyway, after that, or during that, you see spirits, and my friends and I all compared them, and I'm sure there's scientific reasoning. You're sweating for 3 hours, so it makes sense if you start to like hallucinate, I would assume. But there's like a lot of, I want to say lore. Lore is not the correct term in this situation, but. They're spirits, and so mine looked exactly like the northern lights that we saw that night, and I was a little disappointed in them in the moment, which is like the silliest thing in the world to be disappointed by something so cool. But mine lacked much color, and they kind of just looked like stars and shiny ghosts. And my friend said that they literally saw like flowers and ferns blooming out of their eyes, like with colors.
Wow.
Which is so insanely cool.
That is.
Yes, it's so cool. If you ever have the chance to participate in like a ceremony like that, it's so beautiful. And so just like, I've never experienced something that spiritual. It's so cool. And just like, I can't explain how amazing that was. And anyway, then we saw the Northern Lights when we came back, and it made my brain burst.
They were cool.
Yeah.
It sounds really cool. What was the dude's name?
Paybomb.
Shout out to Paybomb, everybody.
I love you, Paybomb.
If he happens to watch this, shout
If he
out.
happens to watch this.
Which I don't know.
I don't know. I wanted to go harvest wild rice with him, but I wasn't able to go back up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that sounds fun. You had a way better experience than I did. Well, mine was, I had a good time. Don't get me wrong. I had a really good time. We went to this overlook in Stillwater, Minnesota with me and my friends, stayed until early hours of the morning, looking at these really cool Northern Lights. And there were these other people there that were like really cool. They were like really into Northern Lights. And also very vivid. Like, this is a good picture.
Those are insane pictures.
And that's just with bare camera. That's just with my iPhone camera.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah. Got a lot of these. They were really cool. You could like see them moving with the bare eye. They were super strong. But the bad part came around with these two people that were very into them. And when I accidentally brought up a Bible verse, which I'm religious, and I was like, this is like when this one verse in Matthew with the Christmas story, the shepherds, they were in the fields by night, and the angel of the Lord came upon them.
Yeah.
And then they started talking about weird religious stuff for like a couple hours.
What is your definition of weird?
Like how modern society is ultimately like, they compared modern society to Rome and how Rome fell and now modern society is going to fall.
I'm slightly intrigued, and
They were talking a lot about like doomism or whatever it was.
okay.
Like the end of the world stuff.
Alright.
And how I think I got turned off by the phrase, the Pope is the Antichrist.
That's a wild statement.
It is a wild statement.
I personally don't agree with that
Nor
statement.
do I.
Ooh,
I mean,
okay,
it's
that's
fine
just-
if you believe something
Alright.
like that. It's just I was not interested in that conversation. I was there for one thing that day, and it was there for one thing that day, and it was the Northern Lights
Yeah.
and
That's so
steel
fair.
magnolias.
Yes. What is steel magnolias?
You of all people should know what
Do
steel
tell.
magnolias.
I'm a terrible theater.
Steel Magnolias is a 1986 movie starring Olivia Dukakis, Sally Field, Dolly Parton, Shirley MacLaine. I already said Olivia Dukakis. Who else is in it?
You know the facts.
I'm gonna.
I'm impressed.
Julie Roberts.
Julie. Never mind.
Oh, 1989. Sorry. Sally Field, Julie Roberts, Shirley MacLaine, Dolly Parton, Olympia Dukakis, and Daryl Hannah. All of them are in this movie. They're all Southern women that live in Louisiana, and it takes place over a course of like a year or a half, I think, in a hairdresser shop owned by Dolly Parton's character. It's very Southern, and it's amazing. It's so good. It's about it's all about the relationships of these people and how Julie Roberts' character has diabetes.
Oh, wow.
and is living with that and has kids. It's not a happy movie. In fact, it is very sad.
Gotcha.
But it's so funny. Some really good, like...
What?
I don't watch movies because... No, sorry. Oh, I need to get the line right. Let me get one thing straight. I don't go to the movies because they're... Shoot, that's not it. Oh, this is so embarrassing for me.
No, you're fine. Keep grasping. You got it.
Let me get one thing straight. I don't go to plays because I can nap at home for free. I don't go to movies because they're trash and they got naked people in them. And I don't read books because if they're any good, they gotta make them into a miniseries. I am pleasant, goddammit. Just last week I smiled at drum eating and piggly wiggly before I have a mind to stop myself. That was said by Shirley MacLaine's character, Weezer Bordereau.
I'm very intrigued by this.
Eventually, you're going to see me with a shirt, once my financial aid rolls in, with a shirt that just says, I slapped Weezer Bordereau.
Please translate for those of us, by that I mean me, who don't comprehend.
You're going to have to watch the movie for that.
Okay.
You're going to need to watch the movie for that one.
Okay, noted.
Because it is definitely, if you know it, you know it. Oh no, my mic.
Is it like a well-known theater-ish movie? Why are you disappointed in me not knowing this knowledge?
Because it's a play.
Oh.
It was a play, then it was a movie.
Henry, I hate to tell you this. I'm a terrible theater kid. I'm not proud of it. I know. I'm a theater major, similarly. And I know the musicals and the shows I've been in. I know the ones that have been put on by this college and by a few others that I've seen. But I don't know much else. And you are so much more knowledgeable about all of that. So I hate to disappoint you further, but just don't expect too much out of me.
That's all right.
I can't promise anything.
Yeah, that's all right. I also noticed... Sorry, this is totally off point of Steel Magnolias.
Yeah,
Before
you're
we'll be
fine.
getting back to it. We have a crowd outside here. I don't know why. They must be here for a different thing, but we just have a crowd out here.
Hello.
Someone followed me. I don't know who.
Someone followed.
I'm getting very distracted.
And that's okay. It's your show, bro. You can do whatever you want.
Steel Magnolias.
Yes. Steel Magnolias.
Very fine movie. I recommend you watch it. It's you can find it on Sling TV. Otherwise, you can rent it on Amazon, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Fandango. Which, who owns Fandango?
I've never heard of someone owning Fandango.
No.
Do you know anyone at all who has
Let's check it out.
streaming platform?
Let's check out.
Okay.
No, it's Fandango at home. You can rent it for $4.
How is that different from just Fandango in general?
You can buy movie tickets.
Ooh.
Let's see what movies are in theaters.
What movies are in theater?
Beetlejuice.
Have you seen it?
I saw it the day after it opened at the Fargo Theater with
Is
my
it-
new roommate.
Should I go?
Yes, it is
Okay.
really good. It really holds up because they didn't change my Beetlejuice at all. He's just kind of the
Good.
same guy
Okay.
from the original. I think out of my favorite parts of the movie, what's her name? Catherine O'Hara's character is still as fabulous as ever.
Good.
She plays the stepmother, and she is amazing. The dad's not in there anymore
Fair enough.
because he's a creep.
Good reason to not have him there.
And they don't have Alec Baldwin or the other woman. I'm assuming they didn't want to do it, or...
Is it like a full remake of the first one?
No,
like, is it
it's a
just...
sequel. It's a direct
Oh.
sequel
Oh,
that takes
sick.
place years after the original.
Cool.
Mhm.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna go see that.
But pretty much most of bits of the original cast are still there.
Yeah,
Like,
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder as
I
Lydia
love her
Deetz.
so much.
Oh, I love her. She's great in that movie. Like, she's like the main character in this one.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And also, Beetlejuice does get more screen time in this one.
Impressive.
Because in the original, fun
He's
fact for the
barely
viewers
there.
at home, he does not get nearly enough screen time in the original. You first see him in his full body halfway through the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that. I haven't watched it for a minute.
Oh, it's good. The original Beetlejuice holds up. It's really good.
Have you seen the musical?
No, I wanted to when it came to Minneapolis, I must have been busy that weekend because my mother saw it instead of me. She ended up giving me a Playbill and a T-shirt, though. And I heard she really liked it.
Good. I have not seen it, but I know the music from it.
I
and
also
that's
know the
about
music
it.
from it. It's very good.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's your dream role
In any show?
in any show in the entire world?
How dare you do this to me? How very dare you?
You're welcome.
From Bluey. How very dare you?
How very dare you?
You
sound so insulted.
Well, I can't pick a role.
Top 3. Gives you wiggle room. Choose.
Sweeney Todd. No, Anthony from Sweeney Todd. I've always wanted to do anything by Sondheim.
Yes.
So any tenor character from Sondheim. There's a few. Not the baker. I don't want to be the baker. From
Why?
Into the Woods. It's too much.
Fair enough.
They can be George from Sunday in the Park with George, or young Ben or young Buddy from Follies.
Okay.
If you watched our Broadway episode, you might know some of these. I mean, listen to, because we don't have audio. We didn't have video for that one.
I need to listen to this.
Yeah, you can listen to us on Spotify.
Noted.
If you wanted to do, if you wanted to have audio only, which we're gonna also upload this episode audio only, Spotify is where you would go to explore. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Second season of Bison Talk.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's actually quite exciting.
Anyways, and then the third role, it's also from a show I really want to direct one day, but they don't have the rights to it. Which I'm also going to go over the shows I want to direct.
Yeah.
I want to be Rock from Preludes. Rachmaninoff.
Okay.
Actually, scratch that. I want to be Anatole from Natasha Pierre and the Great Khan of 1812.
Okay.
That's actually who I want to be.
Do it.
Yeah.
Become him.
I mean, he's kind of a jerk character, but I love him.
Oh, never mind. Don't become him. Don't do that. Stay Henry.
Yeah.
I like Henry.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
a lot of Dave Malloy I want to direct.
I don't know. Who
He's
that
a-
is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Dave Malloy, musical composer, writes a lot of stuff. He wrote Natasha Pierre and the Great Khan of 1812,
Okay.
if you know that one at all.
Sorry.
I don't have to educate you
I'm so sorry.
much. No, it's all right. The Great Khan of 1812 is a 90-page segment for the middle of War and Peace that is about Natasha, Princess Natasha. It takes place in Russia, if you know War and Peace. It's about Natasha, who has a fiance, Andre, who's fighting in the war against France. Now, during this point, Natasha gets infatuated and ends up wanting to elope with and run away with a man named Anatole, which is the character I want to be.
Oh.
It fails, and then she kind of goes off. That's kind of the basic plot of Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. It's
Okay.
it's a lot of melancholy,
Okay.
and it's
More
beautiful.
drama.
Well, it's cool because the way they stage it, it's not done when they do it professionally. It's not done on like a basic stage. They do it. If you've seen like videos of the actual production, they basically like tore apart the stage of a theater and like added seats on stage that go up towards a big door, and there's all these like rings and such where the actors can like run around like throughout the audience.
Oh, cool.
And everyone plays their own instruments basically, and it's a big party. There's lots of, I feel like, and this might be just slander at this point, they give people, just like vodka to do during scenes.
Like real?
I'm fairly certain. I
Solid.
would not deny it. I would
Solid.
not deny, at least early productions of Natasha Pierre.
Oh, for sure.
It's really good, and I've always wanted to direct that one, just because of its really cool, intimate setting.
Yeah.
Another one, and this would be one that I kind of want to do here because of the Black Box Theater.
Yeah.
It's called Preludes. It's by the same guy, Dave Malloy. And it's about It's based on a true story of Rachmaninoff, who contemporary composer, 19th century, 20th century composition. It's in the story he is seeing a hypnotherapist named Doll, who was a real life character, in which he's trying to get over a 3-year long block, like writer's block,
Okay.
after his first symphony failed, like was not like received, like got poorly received.
Oh,
His first symphony.
sadness.
Yeah. So then in the show, it kind of is a bunch of different scenes of him, his fiance slash cousin Natalia, and all these different people, and it is very good. It's done with like one piano and 2 synthesizers, and it's super. The music is beautiful, and it is an incredible show. And it'd be amazing to do like very immersively.
Have you thought about getting involved in Newfangled and directing a show? Because you should do that.
I probably will think about that.
You should
I'm
do
already
that.
gonna work with the Fargo Moorhead Community Theater on their 10-minute play festival.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be directing a show there.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff.
Wait, do you know what show you're directing?
No, we have not decided yet. That comes later, and I still have to talk to Judy about that.
Okay.
I'm also
Cool.
gonna be working with them here.
Yes. Yes, yes. Wait, how exactly are we involved? I actually am not fully
We're filming
aware.
commercials for them.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
Okay, solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting news for me.
Yeah, it is very exciting news.
I grew up watching them.
They're going to be doing Carrie, the musical, which is a fun story about Carrie. Originally a Broadway flop.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not
12
know that.
9 performances, I think. I don't know. I may be convinced. I may be mixing them up with any other Broadway flop. Let me see.
It's okay, they get confusing. I've also realized how very much I am wobbling around in this little chair.
It's a very wobbly chair.
I feel as though we should invest in having stable chairs because I have the inability to sit still if there's a. You know?
I think so, yeah.
And by I mean a wheels chair. That
Yeah.
was that sound effect.
So actually, what we're planning on doing, and this is something interesting that I want to do, we're thinking about taking this set and getting rid of it.
What the heck?
Yeah, I know.
Wait, for what?
the heck? Because behind here is a green screen,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
it'd be way easier to just get a digital set
Yeah.
and like key in stuff, like graphics, rather than have 3 televisions, which is what we have now. We have 3 televisions.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's kinda what we
Logistics
want.
wise, that
Or
makes sense.
what we were thinking, at least. So anyways, 16 previews and 5 performances on Broadway.
Only 5?
Only 5.
This is unfortunate.
I know.
I'm impressed it made a comeback.
Well, it made a comeback in the 2012 revival, and where it got better reviews because they revised it.
Okay.
The original was bad, from what I heard.
Why?
I think they were trying to Greek chorus it. They were trying to Greekify it,
Oh. Oh.
and it didn't do well because, you know, it's a Stephen King
yeah.
show,
Yeah.
which I think there's only 2. There's 2 Stephen King plays / musicals. It's Carrie, and it's also Misery.
That could be hard to Greek chorus.
Well, Carrie, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other ones.
I'm unaware of
Yeah.
a video of them, but
Not until I write them.
there's time.
There is time.
Please keep me posted on if that happens.
Hey, did I tell you I'm working on an opera?
No, like writing one?
Yeah.
Wait, cool. Are you doing all of the composing?
Well, I'm only working on one song right now for my composition lessons.
Cool.
But yeah, it's kind of something that I'm working on slowly.
Fancy. Wait, okay. For that, are you working mainly on just like getting down the notes, or is it lyrics and
Notes
storyline as well?
and lyrics, and as well as storyline. It's basically
So everything.
book libretto by me until
Cool.
the further future, until I have someone else to help me.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Anyways, it's very cool.
Yes.
It's called The Wreck of the Santa Clara. It's basically
Ooh, I
described as set in 1935. A group of wealthy socialites board the legendary sailing yacht, the Santa Clara. During dinner one night, one of the guests exposes every guest an attempt to blackmail each of them, and then a giant tropical storm hits, ruining the boat. After the storm, they're all left to fend for themselves, in which a lot of people die.
Solid.
It's not a happy show.
No, but it sounds very interesting.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to write down the acts, like just the layouts of the songs of the acts,
Yeah.
and then characters.
Cool.
And I'm writing an aria. An aria. Oh, what was that? An aria. An aria about, stuff.
Wait, that's so cool. That makes me so happy for you.
Yeah. Well, that's just what I'm working on. Anyways, I think we're going to end our broadcast there.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. Any other things you want to bring up before we close out?
No. I don't believe so.
Okay. Tell the audience at home what you think. Well, not what you think. Where people can find you if you want people to find you.
Like where I live. Like
Social media.
Social media.
Or anything you want to plug. That's why you're on my show.
So true. Okay, hi again. Thank you so much for watching this. And if you want, my Instagram is Kenzie_Z_LUV. Yeah, that's me. Thanks.
And as always, I'm your host, Henry Raddock. We will see you here next time.
Can I do one more thing? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Also, go see Little Women and also 'Twas the Night Before Christmas from the theater department. I will be the elf in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which is so exciting. And a lot of my friends are in Little Women, so you should really go see them. It's going to be adorable.
Go see Liz Wilhelmy in Little Women.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Liz Wilhelmy.
We love Liz.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that show.
This,
and
what
Kate
she does.
Folkstead.
And Kate Folkstead. Shout out to Kate Folkstead.
Love you.
Let me pull up the cast list.
Gabby Mowry, Paige, we got Cora, Jordan, Patrick. I'm pulling from memory here. Anyway,
Kate Folkstead, Patrick Watson, Cora Clark, Gabrielle, Paige, Liz, Ethan, Hannah, Garrett, Jordan for Little Women. 'Twas Jack, Jonathan, Z, Amber, and Julian.
So true.
Yep, and that's everyone.
Anyway, go support local theater. Even
Yes.
if you can't go, you should still buy a ticket.
Bootleg theater.
Bootleg. We can't support that.
I actually don't think I can legally say that.
I don't think we can legally say that.
Don't bootleg theater. More importantly,
No.
don't get caught. Never mind. Ignore I said any of that. Retracted. Okay, anyways. My name is Henry Raddock. This has been Bison Talk. We're very glad that you could join us. Signing off.
Z.
And Henry. Bye.
Bye.